Good afternoon, everybody. This is Murhuta Mashiki E Nahagaduduk El coming to you live from my own webcast channel. Abdul Kul Tafalatat Wa Bazoon B Samus El Kaluam. And without any delay, let's get this show started. The show's titled Letter from Pops about Sabaism. So I kind of wanted to, it kind of struck me on surprise. I didn't really know what Sabaism was until I had a conversation with a brother on Facebook, and we was having a little argument about the scrolls, the older scrolls, HTM scrolls, and then Supreme Mathematics scrolls, and then the Pa Taraks. And I'm like, peace, peace, God, but the Pa Taraks just don't hit me like they do the old scrolls. It is what it is, though. It's whatever you subscribe to. But I got into it with a brother named Shachem something, and then Mario actually jumped in too. And you could check out Mario versus Chief White Buffalo online. But I wanted to go over this letter because I said, well, show me a letter from Pops talking about like Sabaism, Nuwaubian. I guess they've kind of renamed Sabaism, Nuwaubian or something like that, because you look at the characters. I was talking with another brother in Amom, and he was saying that it looks like Sanskrit. And I looked and I was like, yeah, it does kind of look like Sanskrit. But I did do a YouTube search, not a YouTube search, but a Google search. In Sabaism, they were a people, I guess, in Yemen and South Arabia. Well, I think Wikipedia has it from like 1000 BC to 600 AD, and then after 600 AD, it became a dead language, and pretty much everybody started speaking Arabic. But I wanted to get a better look at what Pops was writing about this, so I'm gonna try to read this the best I can. It says, have you checked out to see which language the nature of nature inscribers speak, and of those tongue, and of which tongue Nupu, Nun, Nupu, Zupu, and Zupu, and note word Sabaism as being a part of the science Nun. Sabaism. Now look back at Sabian, an extinct Semitic language once spoken in Saba, the Bible Sheba or Sheba in southern Arabia, originally called Arubu, which Aruba comes in. Check it out. Don't underscore me. I'm thinking he's saying don't believe me. Check it out. So in fact, Nubic is a way of saying Nubian, a tongue spoken by Christians of Sudan or Coptics, Gnostics. Excuse me. It's not the same as Nuwaubic. The replacement of P with B happened within Costa Kush, son of Khafre Ham, moved eastward, birth Nimrod, who set up both Babylonians and mixed Ugaric to become Akkadian or cuneiform script. The of Egypt, Pa, became Ba of Sumer. Just as you see today, Indo-Arabs created a letter P to replace B in order to not confuse the two sounds, which can still be found in Hebrew, which kept both sounds B and P, or letter F, which Indo-Arabs use Fa. So it's all a play on sounds to confuse most. Why I always ask Muslims, do you speak Arabic? Ask Israelites, do you speak Hebrew? Ask Afrug unu, what is being spoken. In fact, what's called Arabic today is not the, I can't read this word right here, is not the, nor as what's being called Hebrew today. I'm thinking it's not the real. Okay, so let me read that over. Today is not the real, nor is what's being called Hebrew today. Most have been mixed out. Leviathan is past, move on with me, or be left behind. The sisters in Decatur has all the something, has all you are asking right now, and it's out as actual fact 1 through 360. Check them out. Black in Arabic aswad, smoke in Arabic dahun. So in fact, Samael is not black smoke, but the power of smell. Sun, 3 ether, has a tail to the cipher, to the ciphers. Jesus, Isa, Yeshua never existed until the proof it to wait a minute. Yeshua never existed until the proof until the prove until I until the prove it to you. That's and then there's another letter. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. That was the second page of the letter. So this right here is Sabaism. They call it Nuwaubian, but it was originally called Sabaism. So there's a whole new language. Okay, let me read this, and then maybe I'll read the second page again because it won't make sense if I read it backwards, right? So let me go ahead and read this. Well, if that was funny, then how about this? You know, the nature of nature goes back to when we were Afros in the 1960s. Who knew that the time of processed hair? First point, Nuwaubic is not Phoenician. It came out of Nuwaubic or Napatan of Napain, I think that says. As for Nubic, it I can't really read this. As for Nubic, it's really Nubian and Sudanese Arabic, and is being confused with Nuwaubic. Yeah, Nubic was the advanced. The Ansar Allah community used Nubic. They came up with it, and it was just an advanced form of Arabic, and we still use Nubic as our cursive script, as it says in Scroll 7, the Teacher's Guide to Nuwaubic. And the original script of Nuwaubic was called Suf hieroglyphic, and the script we now use was Napata and Meroe. And Meroe script was to become Nabian, used by Bible Sheba. The spoken tongue was more of a Semitic, which came from Egypt with Ramos or Moses, Harnoon or Aaron, and then Sister Miriam or Mary under Atun. So Sabian alphabet or Sabaic used in South Arubu, Arabia, dates back to 500 BC. Later it became Arabic mixture of Syriac, and the Aramic mixed with Phoenician became Hebrew. Amharic, Gez, or Ethiopic, and Sudanese mixed with Greek, Latin to become Coptic. All came from Napata, Sudan, Meroe, Ethiopia, ancient Egypt or Hutban-Ptah, lower, and Hut-Ka-Ptah, upper Tamaray, Hemet or Ham or Ham, who moved east. Ham was in fact Khafre, as Khufu was Shem, and Minkare was Japhet, son seeds of Sen Neferre, Noah. I do hope this helps. Over. Now let me read the second one because it could have been different pages or something. I'm not quite sure, y'all. So we're going to read this over. Hopefully you guys can be patient with me. Has you checked to see which language the nature of nature inscribers speak, and of which tongue Nupu, Nuun, Nupuzupu, Zupu, and note word Sabaism as being a part of the science Nuun. Sabaism. Now look back at Sabian. Isn't this kind of funny because doesn't Chuck Morgan have Zupu, Nuun, and all that part of his, I guess that's what he's pushing, but he hates Dr. York so much, but he's still using Dr. York stuff. Yeah, he's divided at the core of his soul, but let me keep reading this. Sabaism. Now look back at Sabaean, an extinct Semitic language once spoken in Saba, the Bible Sheba, in southern Arabia, originally called Arubu. Within Yoruba comes in. Check it out. Don't believe me. So in fact, Nubic is a way of saying Nubian, a tongue spoken by Christians of Sudan or Coptics, Gnostics. It's not the same as Nuwaubic. The replacement of the P with B happened within Costa, Cush, son of Khafre, Ham, moved eastward, birthed Nimrod, who set up both Babylons and mixed Ugaric to become Akkadian or cuneiform script of Egypt. Pa became Ba of Sumer. Just as you see today, Indo-Arabs created a letter P to replace B in order not to confuse the two sounds which can still be found in Hebrew, which kept both sounds, P, B and P, the Pe, the Bet and the Pe, and the Pe without the Dagesh is a F, which is they call it a Fe, which Indo-Arabs use Fa. So it's all a play on sounds to confuse most. Why I always ask Muslims, do you speak Arabic? Ask Israelites, do you speak Hebrew? Ask Afruo Unu, what is being spoken. In fact, what's called Arabic today is not the real, nor is what's being called Hebrew today. Most have been mixed out. Leviathan and pass. Move on with me or be left behind. The Sisters in Decatur has all you are asking right now, and it's out as actual fact 1 through 360. Check them out. Black in Arabic, Aswad. Smoke in Arabic it looks like it's Dahun. So in fact, Samael is not black smoke, but the power of smell. There must be a question he asked earlier. Sun 3 Ether has a tail to the cipher. Jesus, Isa, Yeshua never existed until the proof of I can't understand it. Never existed until the prove it to you. That's all I got from the brother. So watch the show, check it out. Not sure what to think about that, but if that came from Pops's hand and he's talking about Sabaism, and let's look into Sabaism real quick. because I had no idea what this was, y'all, until I really just looked it up right quick. And it's real, you know. What does Sabaism mean? Sabaism, religion versus Sabaism. What does Sabaism mean? I mean, there was a. He said it's the worship of the stars. Sabaism, the worship of stars or spirits in them, especially as practiced in ancient Arabia and Mesopotamia, which would mean Babylon, Sumer, Chaldea. The term comes in the early 18th century via French from Hebrew, Tsaba, host of heaven, after the presumed etymology of Sabian. So this is definitely something of interest that I'll look into in the future. Right now, you can't skip too many steps when trying to learn this stuff. You'll learn in certain orders that, you know, information, when you learn information, it should be learned in sequence. You shouldn't be jumping around trying to learn different stuff that's confusing the mind. So when I get ready for this, I'll study it. But as for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't want to make this video too long. And I apologize for, well, no one ever watches my show live anyway, right? So, but I had to keep changing the broadcast time because, you know, I'm still troubleshooting my audio system, but at least my mic works. But I can't get my mic, the input and the output to work at the same time so I can play the music in the background. But I'm working on it. I'm troubleshooting it. I'm an engineer, so I'll get it. But as for now, y'all just keep doing your research. Keep being good Nuwaubians, no matter if it's UNN or UNNM. But I would like to mention that this book, The Constitution of the United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors, only pertains to the UNNM, not the UNN. And within law, every letter must be correct and exact. So, you know, this is a pledge to the United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors. This is our constitution that no one else can use, nationally or internationally. So I would just like to say that, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off for y'all. Peace. Until next time, if you got any good topics for shows, definitely drop me a text or something, reply to the comments. Look at the ticker on top if you need to get in contact with us. There's the number if you ever want to call into the live show. The number's up there too with the access code. And I'm going to leave it at that, man. Y'all stay blessed by Anu on this Saturday. And Shalom. Wadu.